Earwolf? More like Fearwolf. Get ready to quake in your headphones because Earwolf podcasts are getting extra spooky this October. Listen to How Did This Get Made, The Canon, and Cracked Movie Club dissect spine-tingling horror classics all month long. And watch out for special spooktacular episodes of Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, The Cracked Podcast, and Who Charted? Or should I say, Boo Charted? Also, Spontaneanation might get spooktaneous. Follow along on social media with hashtag Fearwolf so you don't miss any Halloween action. Let's just listen. I don't always want to talk over it because it's a good song. Right? Listen to that. Da, 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 da. It goes like that. Yeah. See? Right? Wasn't that great? People talking over music, you shouldn't do it. Like a lot of times, you know, I'll listen to my records, and of course I have a bunch of vinyl. And I like that it takes up space. I like that. I like that when you come into my home, there's just a narrow pathway from one room to another because my dwelling is packed with vinyl records. And yes, I want to talk about it when people come over. And yes, I'm always playing records on my hi-fi stereo system. That's the time to talk over music, is when you're playing music for someone and you know they're not appreciating it the way that they should. And you want to point out everything about the technical aspects. Don't you think that's what the songwriter intended? Don't you think in the days before recorded music, some guy was up there with his lute or whatever, and he's like, why is nobody talking over this? Why aren't people turning to their friends and saying, see, this guy, how much better the lute sounds when he's standing on a knoll. I saw one lute guy who's like, I only play on cobblestones. And I was like, I don't hear the warmth. Yes, I get nude and I roll around on my vinyl records. I like it. I'm a weirdo. I have mental problems, undiagnosed, and I refuse to see a specialist about it. Here's what I do. Here's how I take care of myself. I have a Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball. Am I crazy for rolling around on vinyl? Better not tell you now. Okay. Then I will keep on keeping on, Magic 8 Ball. And I will check back with you. Never! Why would I? If the Magic 8 Ball says better not tell you now, why would I ever go back to that Magic 8 Ball? Wishy-washy son of a bitch. I challenge any Magic 8 Ball listening to my voice right now. Tell me, today it is decidedly so. Magic 8 Ball, why do you need yes and it is decidedly so? Fucking Magic 8 Ball trying to get fancy. Is this the line for the bathroom? It is decidedly so. What? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins. I am the second part. This is a show where I invite a special guest onto the program to have a free-form conversation with me, inspired by a blind question from our previous episode's guest. Then, I invite some improviser pals onto the program to join me in a narrative improv that is one continuous story as opposed to unconnected scenes. Oftentimes, utilizing details gleaned from the aforementioned conversation with the previously mentioned special guest. And it is all scored on piano by Mr. Eban Schletter. That's what he goes like. Folks, I'm so excited to have this person back. She's already being funny without even saying stuff. She's making up. She's pulling faces. This is a person that I'm always so delighted to see. Something radiates outward from inward. That's just like too good for this world. Oh. She shouldn't be alive.
Oh.
Yeah, it took a turn.
Uh-huh.
You will know this person from television programs such as Silicon Valley, Blunt Talk, Veep. She's also a member of one of the most hilarious troops going, Wild Horses.
Yeah.
She gives a little modest, like it was your idea, right? Wild Horses?
I don't know. I don't
No one gives you credit.
Who knows? Who knows? It just kind of happened. Yeah.
Oh, welcome back to Spontaneanation, Mary Holland.
Meow. Thank you so much for having me.
Signature catchphrase.
I'm really trying to make it work. Trying to make that meow stick.
You sort of said it like it was an expression of relief. Meow.
Meow. Let's get into it. What an intro. Thank you so much.
It's the truth, though.
Well,
it's the truth, though. I always have a good time with you. We get to do Comedy Bang Bang together.
Yes.
I think you hold the record for making me laugh the most with 2 words.
It was 3.
Well, I'm pregnant.
Hi, I'm
pregnant.
I know.
Pregnant.
I feel like I'll never, for the rest of my life, I'll be striving to reach that peak again, and I'll never be able to do it.
That was an episode of Comedy Bang Bang. I wish you could remember the episode number, but Mary Holland.
It was with Tatiana
Maslany. And Christian Brune, friends of the show.
That's right. And
you played a character named Janice Cramps.
Janice Cramps, yep. And with my intro, it made him laugh very much.
Pretty special.
It was really special.
Anyway,
let's get
into it.
Yeah, let's do this.
Mary, I have a question for you from our previous episode's guest.
Yeah, okay.
This question is this. What do you think is your finest quality? What do you think is your worst?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my finest quality. Well, finest is such a do we mean the most elegant quality?
I think you mean Pinky's out.
The finest quality? Or what's the other interpretation of that? I guess, I think I could answer probably my worst quality. There's so many to choose from.
Always easiest. And may I say this? I don't envy you because this is a tough question.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, no one wants to admit their worst qualities, even though they immediately spring to mind.
Well, sure.
But then you also don't want to be like, what's best about me?
Right.
That's an uncomfortable situation to be put in.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we be able to do that?
Don't yell at me. I would say you're right. That is a tricky thing. I think my worst quality is probably that I have a hard time. This is going to sound
expressing
crazy.
yourself.
I have a hard time using words, I guess. Putting them with feelings. I have a hard time forming opinions. Like I think. Again, this is one of many worst qualities, but I struggle a lot with knowing how I feel about something. Like I'll kind of have to think about it a long time or process it. And I think because of that, I'm really dependent on what other people think and what other people want to do. And I'm just kind of I will defer a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. I think it's very easy to get carried along by something, especially now. I feel like the way we communicate now is very everything's very absolute, and you feel like you sort of feel a pressure to have a very strong opinion about everything.
Yeah.
And feeling like every single thing is black and white, and I have to be on this side or the other. And it's tough sometimes to take the time to say, actually, this issue is maybe a little bit more nuanced, and it's not as simple as people are making it out to be.
Right. Is it like even on such a small scale as like coming up with a tweet? I'll be like, oh, this is a tweet, and then I'll be like, but what do I really think of this? And what will other people think? And if they don't like it, they're right. Like I have no trust in my inner voice, I think, in my day-to-day life. But I think, and this is the flip side of that, this is my most elegant, most exquisite, most luxurious quality, is that I think I have a really, like, I've got a sense of play that, like a very, I'm really in touch with my inner child. So I think that can, that's very joyful. Like I have a lot of joy
absolutely
in life, which I think is really
I would agree with
cool.
That. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Both of those things, has it always been that way?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember this one time, it has always been this way, but I think like if I think about what was a defining moment where I really was like, whoa, I should probably start doubting myself and what I think and say, was in middle school. In middle school. Oh,
what a way to phrase that. I should probably start doubting myself.
In middle school, my best friend, she was like forming another how it happens in that time. She was forming another best friendship with another girl.
Right.
And I was like trying to be a part of that and make it a trio.
Right.
But they really had a specific rapport, and a lot of that involved cussing. And so I remember this one time.
I'm sorry, cussing?
Cussing. And I remember this one time.
No, I'm sorry. How old are we talking here?
11, 12.
Okay.
So
this is a big deal.
Yeah, this is formative.
Yeah.
We were on a call. It was like speakerphone was like a new thing, or maybe it wasn't new. It was just like, we were like, whoa, speakerphone.
Right. But it was not, it was kind of, I remember it was not something that growing up that everyone had in their house. You'd have it in an office, but maybe not at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had one at home, and so my friend was over, and we were calling her other friend on the speak. You just spend hours
the usurper.
on the phone at that age.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The usurper. Let's call her that. And and she was on speakerphone, and they were like talking, and they were just very naturally kind of saying shit and all this stuff. And so I was like, oh, I can do that. And so I started like trying to like cuss naturally, and they both laughed at me so hard and made so much fun of me, and I was just like, not everything is great, and not everything and not everything you do, like people, I mean, I wasn't really bullied growing up, but I think like once, especially like from that moment on, I was made fun of a lot, like so I think that had an effect on like me thinking for the rest of my life, maybe I'm not good, or maybe this thought isn't fully formed and I should just keep quiet, or maybe like this, I don't know. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, because it's figuring out, I think that figuring out who you are is a lifelong process, or it seems to be so far.
Yes.
But I think that as you get older and your feelings solidify, your sense of self solidifies. But the tricky thing is allowing yourself to be able to change your mind on something. And like, honestly, the tricky part is accepting new knowledge and saying, right. I thought about this. This has been on my mind a lot lately, because I think that people, they equate learning that they something they thought about is more complex than they did with
Yes.
being wrong.
Yes.
And that they are a bad person because they have, been thinking this way. And then somebody says, actually, this aspect of this is not good. And you're like, well, I have to make it good so that I am a good person.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a relief to be told, hey, actually, you didn't know this.
Right.
And now you know it. You can't unknow it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of guilt, I think, when told I'm wrong about something, or if I do a thing and I'm like, oh, that wasn't, I should have done it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I will beat myself up about that for years.
Right.
I have a hard time kind of owning my identity, I think.
Yeah. When you were growing up, you have how many siblings?
Two.
Two. Okay. And you are the baby, or are you in the middle?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Were you treated like the baby when you were growing up?
Yeah, well,
Would your siblings say that you were?
I think so. I think they would. But I was a real cuddle bug. Like I really was like, Mom said, Mom, you guys know Mom. She said, as soon as I was born and the nurse handed me to her, I just snuggled up right in her little nook,
right
between her neck and her shoulder, and like was so instantly like wanted physical affection. I don't know that my sister and my brother ever, and maybe they did, but I think I was more like demanding of it. Mm-hmm. So I think I kind of would try to force coddling to happen.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I would be curious to hear what they think, because my perception of it, like looking at my childhood, I don't think I was babied, but I would always like, find my mom or my dad and like try to cuddle with them and like, be cutesy and try to get that sort of affection.
Did you get away with things that your older siblings did not get away with? Or did you, was that even your thing? Because
right.
I was the fifth out of 6 children. And
wow.
So I was like, I didn't have like curfews or anything like that, but I also didn't do anything that required a curfew. You know what I mean? I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I was a fairly boring kid in that sense.
Right. Yeah. I didn't really do much crazy stuff either. I will say there is this, to this day, if I get accused of something, and not always in every situation, if it's very serious, this will not be my reaction. But if someone accuses me of something and I didn't do it, I'll just like laugh. I'll just start laughing. And the story that I remember that makes me think of like getting away with stuff is my brother. We all used to sort of scavenge food from the kitchen and hide it in our bedrooms and like in the basement and stuff. We were all weird little squirrels. And
what, like a box of crackers? Like,
yeah, I would put. I had a nightgown that had like a that pocket that like hoodies will have. That's like one pocket across the belly. I had a nightgown that had that, and I would put string cheese and loose grapes in there.
Now, I'm trying to picture this nightgown. Why did it have a pocket?
Oh God, I can see it so clearly in my mind. I'll try to find a picture. If I do, I'll send it to you. But it had a little puppy, and the puppy's like perched over the pocket. If that makes sense.
It does. Of course it does.
Okay, great. But yeah, I would put string cheese and grapes in there. And that, I guess, was the thrill of getting away with sneaking food up to my room and eating it in bed after I brushed my teeth. That was really exciting.
I love that it's not even candy. It's just like,
it's really healthy and there's a lot of protein.
But your siblings would do this too.
Yes, well, my brother had a weird thing where he loved milk, and so I remember there was one. The basement was like that was like the kids' hangout room. Like there was a TV down there, and my sister and I used to do gymnastics. So my grandfather, who was a carpenter, he built us this little balance beam. So we'd go down there and practice our routines and stuff. And
but the ceiling was high enough for you to...
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But, we made it work.
This is a fancy basement.
Yeah. I guess it was. It was
a basement with cathedral ceilings.
Right. It was carpeted and, it's well lit. Like it wasn't sort of a storage area.
It was built out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It was more like a den, I guess, was the feel of it. And, but anyway, my brother would go, that's where he would like hang out a lot, and he would like sneak his snacks down there. And I remember one time, I think I'm remembering this correctly. He had taken a whole gallon of milk, and we drink skim milk exclusively growing up. So it makes it even weirder. He would take a whole gallon of skim milk down there and just have it and drink it and just leave the carton. He'd like shove it under a shelf or something. And my mom...
But now he would hide it because obviously you're not allowed to drink the family's whole milk supply.
I know. And my mom went down there and found that, and she like lined the three of us up, and she was like, held up the empty carton and was like, who drank all the milk? Who drank the milk, and who brought it downstairs, and who drank it? And she looked at me, and I was like, I just started laughing. There's something that's like, I don't know what it was. It was like the knowledge of my innocence, and also just the joy in like having that focused of attention on me.
Right.
I really
it's
laughed.
The best of all worlds.
Oh my God.
I'm being paid attention to. I am not wrong.
I was having the time of my life, but I was laughing and then also realizing how guilty that made me seem made me laugh even more. It was like, no, I'm not laughing because of this. Anyway, I can't remember how it resolved. I think eventually my brother said it was him or whatever, but
and clearly it was him. Like your mom must have known, right? Like his love of milk was well known in the house.
Was well known in the house. Yeah, I think I don't know.
She wanted him to admit it though.
She wanted him to admit it, and we I don't know why because we were like very well fed, and my mom took great care to like give us nutritious meals.
Right.
But we all became these little snack hoarders, and we'd take cookie dough and,
now we're talking.
Yeah, but we'd eat that in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then we'd take a slice of oven roasted turkey into our bedrooms. It was so naughty. Yeah, so I remember that. But I was not a bad kid. I was pretty well behaved. Although when I started getting, again, around 11, 12, I think we all do this, but I started getting real mad about things.
Yes.
And I was the most emotional person in the household for sure, and felt everything like a tempest. I would like scream, I hate you, to my mom. And, I just can't imagine living with that.
Oh, it's gotta be the worst. The worst. I have friends who have kids who are teenagers now, and my one of my closest friends and his daughter is giving him such a hard time, and he's just like, it really bums him out. It's like, as much as you, and his wife is like, she's a teenager, you got to just write it off. And it's like, you can't though, because this is his precious little baby. And she's like, ugh, rolling her eyes.
I know, and saying like, seeing what she can get away with saying.
Yeah.
Like I remember that for sure. And at the time you're just like this mess of hormones and emotions, and you don't know it, and no one gets you, and like it's so intense. But yeah, someone was like, you have to treat, I don't know if this is true for boys, but with girls, you need to treat teenage girls like they are mental patients, and you need to handle them with care. And then eventually, you can't take any of it personally. It's not like they're going through a change in their bodies that feels like the equivalent of, things rearranging in their brain.
Yeah. It's definitely the same for boys. It's like,
is it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy. You have all this, you just don't know what to do with yourself.
Right.
Except be in love. Be in love all the time.
Were you very romantic as a teenage boy?
Yes, it was all I thought about. It consumed me. I was a mess.
Yes.
I was a real mess. For sure.
Man, I was too. I was very, very romantic.
Yeah. What else was there?
I mean, what else was there?
What else was there?
You're right.
And what else is there? The answer may surprise you. Mary Holland, thank you for being here.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
We're going to take a break. During the break, you'll listen to the ad, and when we come back, we will listen to me introducing our improvisers. See you soon.
Meow.
Meow. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I'm here with
Paul F. Tompkins.
That's right.
Hello.
Hello. I'm here with Scott Aukerman.
Hi, I'm Scott Aukerman.
Hi, I'm Paul F. Tompkins.
Hi. Okay, the end.
Hi.
Turn it off.
No.
That's all we have to do.
There's a little more.
A little more.
Scott, you know about clothes.
Paul, I hate to brag, but I'm wearing some right now.
Trick question, Scott. You passed my test. Here's what I want you to know.
What do you want me to know?
I want you, I'm looking at you, but I'm using you as the instrument through which I'm talking to the audience.
I am the instrument. Great.
It is great. Scott, a made-to-measure suit looks better than an off-the-rack suit. Have you heard this expression?
Do you mean like a bespoke suit of some sort?
I didn't know. You know what? I didn't give you enough credit. I didn't think you'd know that word, so I didn't use it.
I don't know that word.
But
tell me what it means.
I knew you were dumb.
Oh, I'm a dummy.
Bespoke means a made-to-measure suit, and you can get one at Indochino.
Indochino?
INDOCC.
OCC, Orange Coast College.
Yeah, you know me.
My alma mater?
Yeah. Indochino, just like it sounds.
Indochino.
Hey, Indochino.
Hey.
Indochino makes you look better.
I've never heard of these people.
Here's what they do. They make it easy to get a perfectly tailored suit at an incredible price.
Incredibly high?
No. I knew you were going to ask that. Incredible like, oh, this is incredible. It costs so little.
I've never felt that before. Well, I don't look at prices.
Well, of course not. You don't know how much milk costs.
No. What is it, like $100?
Well, you need suits for different occasions, right?
Sure.
If somebody
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Oh, not everyone's you, moneybags.
Doesn't everyone live in a castle?
Regular people, they need it for like a special occasion. Like, let's say a wedding. You need a suit for a wedding. You got to look nice.
You know, as you get older, more and more people get married.
That's right. And you maybe a listener right now is hitting that time where they're getting invited to a lot of weddings because they're not a monster person. They have friends who care about them.
Exactly.
They want to help have them be part of the celebration of love.
Exactly. And you hear about more divorces as you get older, too.
That's later.
Sure.
Yeah. First all the weddings, then all the divorces.
First Wives Club. Am I right, buddy?
Pretty soon.
Oh, thanks for high-fiving me, Paul.
I did not high-five. But anyway, later it's the funerals.
Yeah.
Also, you need a suit for that.
It's not pleasant to think about, but you don't want to wake up and go, God, I have to go to a funeral. Oh, I forgot to buy a suit.
Can I say, though, it's not unpleasant to think about?
That's true.
Yeah.
It kind of is like...
It's in a weird place.
It's in a weird, I guess you need one.
Yeah. Indochino has suited up hundreds of thousands of men, and they are now... That's
weird.
An army.
Yeah, what are they doing with them?
Don't you want to be part of the Indochino army?
Oh, uh-oh.
Indochino is now the largest made-to-measure menswear brand in the world, planet Earth. Visit Indochino.com or drop by one of their 9 North American showrooms, the NNAS. Pick from hundreds of fabrics and patterns. Choose your customizations.
That sounds boring.
What do you think the customizations are?
No, the customizations are fine.
Yeah.
But the choosing from fabrics? Like, if I want to do that, I'll go to a fabric store.
But but you don't...
Like, what am I, picking out a couch here? Come on, Indochino.
No, it's different. This is a fabric. Here's the thing, though. This is fabric that's going to touch your skin.
Oh, my God.
So you want to feel that fabric.
Like a couch.
You want to know what...
I lay naked on my couches.
Well, that's your business.
Thank you for not bringing it up.
You have that leather couch.
And that leather face.
You make that noise when you get up. You put on your mask, your leather mask.
I get my chainsaw and I rage at the sky.
It's a massacre. And you're in Texas.
Of course.
So if you're not like Scott, you can pick from hundreds of fabrics and patterns, and it's fun to do. You choose your customizations, lapels, pleats, jacket linings.
Can you choose no
stuff.
lapels?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever
I'm
worn,
assuming.
Have you ever worn a jacket with no lapels?
I have not, but you know who famously did was the Beatles.
Ah, the
They
Beatles.
They had 4 suits designed by Yves Saint Laurent that were lapel-less jackets, and they caused quite a sensation.
When you really think about it, lapel is just like it's like a skin tag in a way. It's just extra. You know,
It's
what do you
extra,
need
but
for?
it lets you know the jacket is finished.
That's I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All
like,
right.
yeah, that jacket's ready to go.
Fresh from the oven.
Without the lapels, it's like, oh, too soon.
Put it back in.
You choose your customizations. You submit your body measurements. Then you kick back. You relax.
I bet that's the part that's really fun for them.
You have-
Submitting body measurements. I bet they love it when fresh body measurements come in.
Oh, you think the Indochino people, they get all
these
jazzed.
weirdos. They love it. They love it. Oh boy, the fresh body measures are in, they say.
I think that they're very professional about this. You don't think, Scott, that there's consumers out there who get off on submitting their body measurements?
I bet just as many.
I bet that's more.
Okay, you're probably right.
We'll take this off, Mike. Anyway,
What do you think of it?
after you submit your, no,
you
not
mean-
right now. I mean later. After you submit your body measurements, you freak, you kick back, relax. These are mandatory steps. And you get ready to step into the best, most stylish suit you've ever worn in just 4
I
weeks.
have work to do.
Put that aside.
You have
Plan
to
ahead.
relax.
You have to plan ahead. You have to relax and get ready to step into the suit in 4 weeks.
All right.
Because you can't put on a suit when you're tense.
That's
it
true.
won't fit right.
Put on a pot of coffee, honey. Waiting for my suit.
I need to relax. Put on a pot of coffee. This week, my listeners can get Indochino's best deal ever at $359 for any premium suit. That's
really good.
That's less than what suits cost, Scott. I know you don't know because you don't look at prices.
I mean, 359 of anything is great.
How about measles?
Sure.
Oh, you think
I
so?
love it.
$359 for any premium suit at Indochino.com when entering PFT, that's me, at checkout. My initials. That's 50% off the regular price for a made-to-measure premium suit. Plus, listen, shipping assholes, shipping is free. Scott,
Oh,
I
man.
wish you knew the ongoing battle I have with people with these ads where they're like, people are emailing me when they're listening to one of my ads and they're saying, how much does shipping cost?
How much to ship? Oh, of course I'm going to pay $359 for something, but I bet the shipping is another $359.
Wait for me to finish the ad.
Wait for it, as
Why
they
do
say
they
in
do
Hamilton.
this? If you're willing to wait for it, like Aaron Burr,
Yes.
who shot one of our founding fathers.
Yeah, be a real Aaron Burr
Be a real
in this
Aaron
situation.
Burr. That's Indochino.com, promo code PFT for any premium suit for just $359 and free shipping. It's an incredible deal for a suit that will fit you better than anything off the rack ever could.
Why'd you say it like that?
It sounded sensual.
I'm turned on.
I didn't mean to. Oh, look who's here. Guys, we're in luck today. It is time to meet our friends from the land of make pretense. Seated kitty corner for me, meow. You know her, our favorite friend.
Oh, you really laid down a
I
gauntlet.
blurted that out. I'm going to have to walk that back at some point. I hope it sparks an online debate.
I hope so.
Colleen Smith is back.
Yay.
Colleen, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I went like intense exercising this morning.
What does that mean, intense exercise?
It's like a CrossFit thing, but I also switched.
But it's not official CrossFit?
not official. Like there's no turning over tires or like rope stuff, and no one's like, if you don't do it, the whole group has to do push-ups. None of that. Which I think is
Does
what
that happen?
I think so.
Oh.
You done it? Yeah.
I would be very angry.
Yeah, but it's like the mob mentality that makes you like, I must conform. So it's not that, but it's a lot of like presses and lifts and weird, and I'm not coordinated at all. But I switched my seizure medication because I was very grumpy for like 9 years.
Congratulations.
But the new one, I just looked up side effects today, and one of them is it can give you like a weird rapid heartbeat. So
Great. Sounds great.
So at some point I was like, am I dying because I'm just out of shape and this is hard, or am I dying because my medication is killing me? But I made it through.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, is this your own routine, your own regimen?
No, I go to a place. I did it before for like 5 weeks, and I bought like a kettlebell, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it at home. It's too expensive. I did like 2 squats and then just didn't do it anymore. So they had like a deal, so I went back, and I've been doing it for like a month and a half. I need people around to make me do exercise.
I understand that.
Unless it's like a hike, I can do that. But
Have you ever seen on a hike a snake?
Yes. And I freaked out. There are no snakes in Hawaii. So I've never seen a snake
Thank
in
you,
the
St.
wilderness.
Patrick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let me tell you something. Even if you grew up with snakes all the time, you never want to see one anywhere.
I was so embarrassed by how much I reeled back when I saw it.
Sure.
Everybody else is like, hey, there's a rattler. He's stretched out, so he can't do anything. And I'm like,
So he can't do anything. I guess it's because when they're coiled up, that's their
striking.
Oh,
And I also, when I hiked with music at the end of Mr. Brownstone, I listened to it a lot while hiking. There's like
The
a
Guns N' Roses song?
Yes. A lot of GNR. There's like a rattle in it, and almost every time I would like start and be like, oh, it's in the song, not in this.
Colleen, I'm glad you mentioned that. Because fucking songs where somebody puts a siren in there.
I know, that makes me so mad.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Guys, So there was some song I didn't realize had it in there. And then the second time, it maybe took me 2 or 3 times to hear the song and realize that's on the song.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be slowing down and looking around and panicking, pulling over to the side, running out of my car and going home. Colleen!
Yeah.
Congrats on the seizure medication switchover.
Thank you.
I'm going to look next to myself. Across from Colleen, this guy, so glad to have him back. Our new friend, Mano Agapion.
Yay!
Mano, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having me back.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Oh, you're my favorite.
Mono!
I mean
Are
it.
you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I mean it.
Well, that's sweet of you to say.
Yeah.
You're a very positive person.
Yeah.
Very complimentary to me today. Very nice of you.
Yeah.
This all happened off mic.
You got it, man.
You gave me a nice hug because you're a bit of a cuddle bug. If I
Oh,
may.
yep. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest.
That's right.
Youngest are cuddlers, man.
It's always amazing to me when the baby goes into show business. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you get enough?
Well,
Didn't you get...
it's never enough.
Someone is mouthing never enough.
It's never enough. No, it's never enough. And also, everyone told you were great forever.
Ooh, good point.
Like, everyone's just like, oh, you're great. Do whatever you want to do. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go do this insane thing.
Good point.
And they're like, okay.
Mono, you and I
Yeah.
co-starred on Bajillion Dollar Properties
Yes.
together. As of this recording, we're looking for a home for season 4.
We're looking for home season 4. I
don't know what's gonna
tweeted
happen.
saying, like, we got to see what happens between Stavros and Dean. And just say some crazy Game of Thrones style stuff happens between us.
It's true. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We would do these talking head portions where we just have to sit on these apple boxes and talk directly to the camera. We had a hard time because we laughed a lot.
Yes, I said the craziest thing possible and just waited for people to say, don't say that. Don't say you eat rats. Like, sure, that's fun, but let's pull you back a little bit.
This is how we know if we're loved and cared for
Yeah.
as we push boundaries.
Yes,
So
yes,
someone will
totally.
say, don't do that. I'm afraid you're going to get hurt or you're ruining our TV show.
Yeah. It was so fun, though. I mean, what a fun, weird set to do that.
Mano. Have you ever seen a snake?
Have I seen a snake? Yes. Yes, I have. On a hike, actually. On a hike, I saw a snake. And you know what's so weird? I saw a giant spider crawling away from it that had only 7 legs.
Oh.
So I think I like literally stumbled into them post-fight.
Do you think they've encountered each other again?
Oh yeah, I think they're neighbors. They're crotchety neighbors. Like, get off of my dirt.
Do you think animals think of themselves as having neighbors? That never occurred to me before.
They must, right?
That's like they see
They're
this
territorial.
Yeah, they see the same animals every day.
Yeah.
When they're going out to do their thing, like, oh, look who it is.
Yeah, I think so, and I'll never change my mind on that.
Nor would I ask you to.
Yeah.
Mono,
Yeah.
it's time to look away from you.
Okay, bye.
And I'm looking directly across the table from me at this gentleman, another Bajillion Dollar Properties alum. Woo! It is, and get ready for his signature catchphrase. Carl Tart is here.
Hey, turn your radios down. You're on WPFT with your boy CT. We're going to hit you with a little bit of Eban Schletter right after the break.
Oh my God.
We got the giveaway that pays your bills. 10 minutes after the hour. This next jam is Get Down On It by Eban Schletter.
Was that a brief taste of Get Down On It?
That's my favorite thing to do.
Get Down On It was by
Cool in the Gang.
Kool and the Gang. All right. So Kool and the Gang, their big hits were Celebration, Get Down On It.
Hollywood Swinging.
I don't know Hollywood Swinging. Would I know it if I heard it?
That was like, you would know it if you heard it.
Hollywood
That's-
Swinging.
Yeah, that's it.
That cleared
Okay.
up nothing.
Yeah, it goes like this. Hollywood swinging.
Hollywood Swinging.
That was one of the 70s hits, though.
Oh, okay.
Like their early 70s hits. And
The
then-
80s is when they really broke through.
Yeah, like 78, 79 is when Celebration and
Right.
Get Down On It kind of came out. And then like the
Joanna,
the 80s,
remember
that's like
Joanna?
85.
Sure,
That's
that's
there.
right.
And then they had the Wheel of Fortune theme song where they would go, I'm a wheel watcher. I'm a wheel watcher.
Wait, that was Kool and the Gang?
Yeah.
Why did they spend the money to get Kool and the Gang to sing their parody of Girl Watcher?
My mom would tape a lot of stuff, like, and I would watch those tapes.
Sure.
And also, okay, so my in my hometown, a small Mississippi hometown, in 1987, the hometown high school won the state championship, which is a huge deal. They were the best team in Mississippi, and they were our hometown, and my dad was on that team.
Uh-huh.
And so they had like a special, like a half-hour special, like the local news had a half-hour special on that football team.
Wow.
Like just clips of them, and it was like, what's that song by Rolling Stone? And like,
Miss You?
Yeah, it's like 1980s, like flip transitions, and it's just like touchdown, like of the high school team. And my dad was on that team, so I'd watch that tape like every day because me and my dad had the same name. And then it'd be like, and then Ocean Springs throws the ball into the end zone and picked off by Carl Tart, and I was just like, yeah, like I just loved hearing that. So I would watch that tape, but my mom kept the commercials in. And I'm a big fan of 80s commercials. I'm fascinated.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm fascinated with the 80s period just because I only lived like 11 months in the 80s, and I don't remember those 11 months. And so I'm fascinated with that decade. And I go on YouTube, and they have like the compilations. I'll sit and watch hours of 80s commercials.
Right.
But watching this tape, it was the ABC affiliate that made this special on the football team, and they would advertise Wheel of Fortune. And he like, Wheel of Fortune tonight at 7 p.m. I'm a wheel watcher. And it was Cool in the Gang, like walking down the street going, I'm a wheel watcher.
Oh, I didn't realize you saw Kool and the Gang singing the song.
And then like you look at Pat Sajak, and he'd like have his arms crossed. And I was just like, I would watch that tape all the time.
And to the point where did you develop relationships with the commercials where it's like, oh, this one I could see every time, this one I don't like, or did you like just all of it?
I just liked all of them because I also like the local commercials too and how they did
The
those.
best.
So like it would like just like this lawyer sitting down is just like a super Southern man, like, I will fight for you. Come down to my office downtown Pascagoula, and I will fight for you. And it's like just really like though that's the town I'm from. Yeah.
When you go home, are there still some of the same anchors on the news as when you're growing up? Oh, I love it. And they're a million years old now.
Yeah, they're older. I also watch the news on YouTube, and they're still there. Like a lot. The sports guy is still there. He's been the sports. He was in that tape,
right?
Which was 2 years before I was born, and he was there my whole life when I was there. And I moved here. Right. I grew up here as well, and he was still there, and he's still there now. When I go home, he's still on there. There's AJ Jardenza is his name. Yeah.
It's the same in Philly, where it's like, I can't believe how many of the people are still around. And Carl, I'm a good deal older than you. I lived through the 80s.
Oh, man, was it tight?
It was just as weird to live through it as it is to look at tapes of it. Like that's my memory of it. Like I think when I think back on it, I'm like, it was weird.
You know what the craziest thing is though, and you could probably attest to this with 80s commercials. Like when you were living it, it was not a big deal. I was watching a 90s commercial compilation the other day, and that Herbal Essence commercial came on where she's like a lawyer. She's like, yes, and it looked so old.
Yeah.
It looked so, and I'm like, I remember that commercial. I remember that being on while I'm watching New York Undercover with my mom.
Technology has advanced so fast that something from just a handful of years ago now looks like the Zapruder film.
Oh yeah,
Like it's so crazy grainy. Just that little box of SD.
yeah.
God, guys, we did it. We survived.
You didn't ask me
Oh,
if I had seen a snake.
Now I was afeared to ask you because your reaction to other people's snake seeing was extreme.
Let me tell you something, Paul. I hate a snake. Oh,
That's what I gathered.
boy.
That's what I gathered.
I do not do snakes. That is my number one fear. I was listening to Mary talk about her experiences in high school and the formative years and stuff like that. And my level of fear never equaled my society's thoughts on what a man my stature should be.
So you're very progressive in that way.
Yeah, I was trying to break down society's stereotypes of men and what they should be by being deathly afraid of snakes.
That's right. This is how you challenge toxic masculinity.
Yeah, and I have definitely seen snakes being in Mississippi, and you ain't never seen me run faster.
But you're like Indiana Jones was afraid of snakes.
Oh yeah, I'm just like that. At least he
Yeah.
couldn't he like grab one and throw it or something like that? I can't do that.
No,
I don't
he
know
couldn't.
that he
Oh, he
could.
can't, yeah.
He was fine with tarantulas. He could not touch a snake.
Yeah, a tarantula is a bug. If it's on me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's cool.
Tarantula's a bug.
I'm definitely gonna
Disagree.
like, but I can definitely be like, ah, you know, like I can throw it off.
But you can't do the same with a snake.
No. If it's a snake, I'll.
The most insane. I mean, technically you're right.
Yes,
but yeah,
I
to
know.
just dismiss a tarantula like, but tarantula's
That's a bug.
No, I think
It's like
spiders
an
are
ant.
worse, but I'm
think
alone
spiders
in
are worse?
that.
I have a harder time with spiders
Me
than I
too.
do with snakes.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, like I said, if a spider's on me, I definitely still am like, oh Lord, but I can like smack it or get it off me, you know, do something. I'm sorry to the animal rights activists out there, but I have to kill a spider.
But if a
Bug
snake was
rights.
on you, you would just vaporize.
I think I would pass out. Like, you know how people putting snakes around their necks? I remember I went to this party and they had like a yellow python.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why is this here? This is a party. We're supposed to be having fun.
You are not invited.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was
Why are
gross.
you here?
But especially because a lot of people have a problem with snakes. That seems like a bold choice to say, I'm going to override people's deep fears and just bring my snake to this party.
When Britney Spears wore that yellow snake at the VMAs, it was
How
amazing.
could we forget?
in
Then-
the 90s.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
like she wore it like a dress, basically?
She wore it like a boa. It was so.
And
it looked so
it
heavy.
was.
It sure was.
It was
so
a boa.
ripped. She lifted
Yeah.
like above her.
Yeah, she's something else.
That was a shame because that year for Easter, a lot of parents bought their kids snakes, and then they don't want them after, come Thanksgiving. They're bored with the
start
snake.
choking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not a fighter. Never have been.
But you will fight a snake.
Another thing that with the toxic masculinity, my size, people think I'm supposed to be able to beat people up and stuff like that. I don't do it. I can't do it. I'm not a fighter. I was the worst defensive player on my football team in high school because I couldn't tackle. I just didn't have that.
You wanted to talk to the guys
I was
about
very
it.
passive.
You
I'm saying,
just
hey, can we talk
wanted
about
the
this? Why don't you just lay down? All right, just lay down. I'm in front of you. You're not
Gentlemen,
gonna get past me.
let's use reason.
we do?
Lay down.
If somebody brings a snake near me, get ready to fight. Get ready to fight. Like if they're trying to Carl, look at this. No, dude, you're getting knocked out. You're getting knocked out.
Carl mimes someone shoving a snake in his
Well, that's that thing
People
too when
do shit
someone's
like
like,
that.
"Oh, you don't want me to drop it?" Whoa,
Yeah, that's
I
everything.
hate that.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break, and then I will tell a brief story that I don't think I've told in public, but
Tell it now.
we're gonna take a break. When we come back, that story, and then we'll do the improv.
Aw.
Stitcher Premium is entering the musical podcast space previously occupied by only jerks.
Jerks the musical.
Remember that? Very successful.
It was the sequel to The Jerk. Like,
They-
what if there were more?
They added one more jerk and they set it to music. Mm-hmm. Well, Stitcher Premium said, fuck you, the jerks.
Yeah.
And they're entering the musical podcast space with the 3-part series, Stolen Idea, written by Earwolf's own Matt Besser, and I'm sure a very nice person, Bobby Matthews. Do you know Bobby Matthews?
I met him when I was in the show.
Wait, Scott, the lead has been buried and now exposed. Scott, you're telling me you're in this?
I'm in this, and I may not have met him. I can't remember.
Stolen Idea is a comedy punk rock musical that covers the theft of intellectual property, IP, we say in the biz,
IP, yeah.
in the artistic,
Like Jurassic Park, that's a piece of IP.
yeah, I guess.
You know, like
The Jerk.
The Jerk. Yep, The Jerks. Pieces of IP.
Property Intellectuals, my series.
Oh, right. I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, it's two identical brothers.
I've
They
heard of
go
them.
around.
Property Brothers.
They're smart guys.
They're smart.
Yeah, they have identical IQs.
Oh, I said identical. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Because you go all the way up to 200.
It's identical IQs.
And what is that IQ?
201.
201.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
They're
Off
super
the scale.
smart. Yeah, they look nothing alike. They're both very smart. They're
fraternal.
great difference in age. I think one guy's 50 and the other guy's 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do
Kind
they
of
have a lot to
miracle
talk
baby.
about, or are they constantly making references that the other person doesn't get?
That happens a lot.
Like not the mama and stuff, and people are like, "What is
yes.
that?"
Yes, exactly.
But then
Not
they
the mom.
learn what it is, and then they start saying it.
No.
Oh, okay. Not interested.
The 50-year-old memory not so good.
Okay.
Maybe early onset.
Dementia. Oh my gosh.
And so not
Only
the mama.
on set though. When he goes home, he's fine.
That's right.
Okay.
So a lot of times they'll get him home so they tell him everything they need to do so he'll remember it. Anything you tell him on set, he'll forget.
Okay. So you don't even think about memorizing lines.
That's right. It's completely scripted. What they do is they go around. They're the property intellectuals. They show up on different properties,
Sure.
and they talk about books they've read.
Oh, interesting.
They say
completely
they've never,
scripted.
They say they've never watched television,
This sounds like a good show.
and they quote New Yorker articles. Stolen Idea is a comedy punk rock musical that covers the theft of intellectual property in the artistic.
Are you still talking about this?
Yeah, let me read it verbatim, this
boring.
copy. Stolen Idea is a comedy punk rock musical that covers the theft of intellectual property in the artistic in both the music and comedy worlds.
What the fuck are they trying to say?
Who writes these?
Seriously, who writes these?
I would like to know.
They used to, well,
Is it somebody in the Canada?
it might be.
The story follows a stand-up comedian and a punk rock musician who are both approaching 40 and are fearful their time to make it is running out.
Uh-oh.
One has his idea stolen, the other steals an idea.
That's like two sides of the same coin.
Do you
like
think-
Batman and Two-Face?
Do you think the one...
Or the Joker, I guess.
Two-Face, both sides of the coin?
Yeah, that's true.
That's three sides represented. Batman and Two-Face. Do you think the one stole the idea from the other one? Like the musician stole the comedian's idea or vice versa?
I don't know. I was in it and I don't know.
All right. Produced and mixed by Earwolf's lead sound engineer, Brett Morris. The 17-song soundtrack features performances by Scott Aukerman,
Yeah, man.
Paul Rust, James
Don't have a cow, man.
James Adomian, John Gemberling, Virginia Matthews, Mike
You were
Cassidy.
going to say Madsen.
Wouldn't that would be quite a
That would
get.
be-
Virginia Madsen?
That would be amazing.
Absolutely. Not her. Virginia
Not her.
Matthews.
You should get her on Spont.
Should I?
Yeah, why not?
How do I go about doing that?
I don't know.
I'll tell you right now. I know people listen to these ads. They fast forward through the show and listen to the ads. If anyone can get me Virginia Madsen, I'd love to have her on
If anyone
the show.
has an in on Virginia Madsen,
I bet she's got great stories.
I think she's a fascinating person.
I do not want Michael Madsen.
No.
Virginia
Can
only.
you imagine?
Yes,
only.
Virginia. No, Michael.
Yes, Virginia, you can come in and do Spont.
Oh, that's right. Mike Cassidy. I'm still reading the people that were in the
boy.
thing. Mike Still, Danielle Schneider, and our old buddy Harris Whittles.
Ah, yes. I remember him.
He has not come back to life. I feel like this copy is
I
misleading.
was so excited for a second. And my voice really showed it. How excited I would be. Yes.
If you found out your friend was no longer dead.
Yeah.
That's what you would sound like.
Yes.
Yes. That is good news.
I will follow up on that.
I wonder if his number still works. I will call him as soon as I'm done here. Listen to Stolen ID on Stitcher Premium and get 1 month of Stitcher Premium free when you go to stitcherpremium.com/stolen and enter the promo code SPONT, S-P-O-N-T.
Bang,
That's
bang.
Don't do it. That's stitcherpremium.com/stolen, offer code SPONT. Welcome back. Okay, very quickly. I worked, when I was starting stand-up, one of my day jobs was I worked a retail store called In General. In General was a sort of a modern general store. On the top floor, it was 2 floors. On the top floor, we had housewares. We had like plates and cups and shit like that. The bottom floor, we had just like novelties and fun calendars and that kind of stuff. So it was like a jam-packed store. It was full of shit all over the place. And we were allowed to sit on the stairs if we weren't, because we had a cool boss, right? So you could sit on the stairs that went up. I remember we smoked in the store, like that was allowed. This is insane. This was the 80s, Carl.
Ooh.
And so I was sitting on the stairs and we had hanging on the railing an inflated snake, right? And this thing, you're never going to think it's a real snake. Like it didn't look like a cartoon, but it also, it was like someone's attempt to make a realistic looking snake, but it was clearly a blow up toy, right?
Like Beetlejuice? Like when in Beetlejuice the railing is a snake?
No one understands it.
No, the railing itself was not a snake. This was an item that we sold that was lashed to the railing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna keep asking Beetlejuice.
That's fine.
Questions.
That's fine.
Okay.
Finally, someone has the courage to ask me Beetlejuice-based questions. So I'm sitting on the stairs, and there's a couple down on the floor, and this woman in the couple is very afraid of this blow-up snake, and her husband says she's deathly afraid of snakes. And so they start walking up the stairs, and I'm sitting next to this thing. And I to this day, I don't know why I did this, and I can't believe that I did this.
Oh no.
But I jostled the blow-up snake slightly, and I scared this woman almost to death. And it was like, as soon as I did it, I was like, why did I do that? That was the one, I think, because it was the one thing that I mustn't do. You mustn't do this. All the evidence was right there. This guy just said, I don't know why I did it.
You wanted to see what happened. You wanted to see what would happen.
Maybe I did.
Maybe you had that anger people have when someone's like, I can't eat it. And you're like, it's just you being precious with yourself.
Maybe, yeah. I think, honestly, I bet that's what it was.
And
I was like, come on.
What noise did she make?
She screamed aloud, and she clutched at her heart. And the man hustled her back down the stairs. And then they went to my boss and said, this is what just happened. And then my boss reprimanded me, said, did you do this? And I said, I did do that. I did do that.
It's not a snake. It's plastic.
It's plastic.
Like
yes.
that. Like, it's not a snake.
Yes.
Like, it's in the shape of one.
However, and I've told this story on this podcast, when I was a child, I saw an Olympic-sized swimming pool one time, and I was terrified of it because my mind couldn't grasp the giganticness of this pool. And in my mind, it was possible that a shark could be in there.
Well, yes, but you were a child.
Even though you can see the water, you can see through it. I can see the bottom of the pool.
Sure.
And yes, I was a child.
You're a child. This is a grown woman.
But this is clearly,
But I wasn't a baby. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
I was old enough, I had reason enough to know that it was impossible that a shark could be in there, but still be absolutely afraid that a shark could be in there.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I know one more thing about the 80s now.
Yeah.
Paul F. Tompkins was a monster.
he was a terrible
Terrorized innocent women.
I also
now you
imagine
know.
that you breakdanced away when you
I spun on my neck out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to reveal our improv location provided to us by our guest, Mary Holland. But first, just so you know, in order to aid us in our storytelling, we use 3 sound effects that move us about in space and time. Let's say we need to go into the past for some reason. Somebody's having a memory. We're learning how something came to be. We'll use this flashback button. The past. Let's say we want to return from a flashback into the back to where we were. Into the back to where we were. Remember that? Mm-hmm. With Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd? Mm-hmm. Into the back to where we were? We'll use this flash forward sound effect. Sound effects might be a little loud. Is anyone else experiencing that?
Fine.
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
I mean, I'm fine too. You passed my test. Let's say we want to find out what's happening at the exact same time somewhere else. We're in a scene. We want to find out what's happening concurrent to the scene we're in. This button only moves us in space, not in time.
Sounds like water.
I'm sorry.
Whenever you hear
pouring
water flowing.
I don't
We visit a
understand.
nearby waterfall.
This is the meanwhile button. We've just moved in space, not in time. Past, present, future. Everyone gets it.
Cool.
Now, it is time to reveal. Thank you, Mano. No one ever
Says
that it's
cool.
cool.
I
but
think
it is
it's-
pretty cool.
I think it's cool.
Buttons light up and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's time to reveal our location provided to us by Mary Holland, and that location is water cooler area at an office. Water cooler area at an office. We take you now to water cooler area at an office. Did you guys see that special last night on the high school football team?
What?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You didn't see it?
The Falconers.
The Falconer.
The Falconers. They did a half-hour special on the Falconers.
I'm sorry, I was watching Bletchley Circle. It's streaming on Netflix.
Well, you can watch that anytime. This was appointment television.
I had made an appointment with myself. I realized I haven't been treating myself, and I've been self-doubting and putting things aside. And so last night I decided to have a me night.
Oh.
Well, I can't argue with that. I mean,
Okay,
good for
mad
you.
at that.
Ugh, I need some coffee.
Hey.
Oh, this is the water cooler though.
Yeah.
Well, it's the water cooler
Yeah,
area.
this is the water cooler area. The coffee's
The coffee's
in the back
very
room.
close by.
Blanche.
Where did you say it was? In the bathroom?
In the back room.
Oh.
I said it was in the back room.
Well,
Dan.
I'll be back.
Okay.
All right,
Hey,
Blanche.
hey,
No. Oh.
Who put the coffee in the bathroom?
No. Oh, that must have been my mistake. I thought it was in the back room, but I lost my mind.
To be fair, Nelson, the bathroom is in the back.
Just don't let it happen again.
Certainly.
I'm sorry, that
Sorry.
almost ruined my morning. Last night I was watching my son on that special.
You did see the special.
I did see the special.
Which one was your son?
Falconers.
Go Falconers.
Oh.
Go, oh, Falconers. Wah!
Go Bletchley Circle.
Oh,
Set in World War II.
I want to get
Tina.
through it. It's just so slow.
Well, it's English. Tell us about your son.
Oh, he's great. Nelson Jr. He's going to Clemson next year.
Oh, congrats.
Congratulations.
Is his position a forward or a halfback or a two sides?
Oh, you just mixed
A two
sports
sides.
and a donut. My son plays offensive tackle. He's a big boy.
Oh, so he probably likes to fight a lot.
What? No.
He's not constantly punching people out?
Soft as cottontail.
Oh, that's right. He tackles players by slowly placing them on the ground.
Well, his position doesn't tackle, but
But a tackle was in his name, wasn't it?
offensive tackle. Offensive tackle.
But why would they say tackle if he's not a tackle? What does he offend? Does he just yell at tackles and say offensive things?
Listen, Marge, I did not invent football. I don't know.
Well, I'm not a complete idiot.
I need some cream in this coffee.
Oh, shoot.
Blanche.
The cream's in the back room.
Ah, damn it.
With the coffee.
Blanche.
Oh, it's also in the bathroom.
Sure, the back bathroom.
Blanche, it's just a cry for attention, all right? Just all she wants is someone to ask her what her day is, how her marriage is going, and I just think we should ignore her. Don't play into her pity party.
Well, she's the youngest, and she just needs more attention.
I know that.
Because she's used to getting all the attention.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you reap what you sow.
Ooh,
Blanche,
very dramatic, Marge.
Blanche, I got a question for you.
What is it?
I was just going to ask what you had for dinner last night.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
What did I have for dinner? More like, what's my home life like?
That's part of it, though, right?
that's part of it.
Brilliant
Part of it.
segue.
If you ate dinner at home.
Yeah.
Salmon.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a hardship at all.
My husband, what a fish.
Pardon?
What? What's that?
My husband's a fish.
I'm unfamiliar with that derogatory
just
remark.
lays there. He just doesn't. There's no affection there at all. Ugh. Thanks for
Oh,
asking.
so
Dead
he's a
fish.
cold fish.
Yeah.
Dead fish.
Dead fish, is that not the
It's
colloquialism?
cold fish, I believe.
Oh, a cold fish.
Yeah.
He's just a limp piece of shit.
Oh, Marge. Blanche.
Blanche.
Marge, did you hear it, Blanche?
Yeah, I did
Did you
hear.
hear
I
that?
did hear. Why don't you take your potty talk to the potty and drink your coffee there?
Fine. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
You can't even.
oh my God, Blanche. Do you think Blanche heard us cussing and is trying to cuss with us to
She
fit
probably
in?
did. Remember earlier we were talking.
Oh, what a fucking loser that parking ticketer is.
He's a piece of shit. He's a
They're
real
talking.
piece of shit.
Let me listen in.
I mean, if you're gonna give me a ticket 5 minutes after my meter's done, not 1 minute after my meter's done.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
what a shitcock.
He's a shit cock.
I can't believe that guy's attitude.
This must be how everyone relates to each other.
Anyway, pussy.
You think we went a little overboard?
Yeah,
I think you went a lot overboard. And I hope all of you got my memo.
Marge.
We make-
You were the one that wrote the memo?
Yes! We make posters, banners, and buttons. And this is a clean work environment.
What, Marge?
What?
I'm glad you're coming clean because you signed that memo. We are legion.
Well, there are only 5 of us in the office. So well, who did you think it was? I just meant me and all of the women out there who long for a simpler time when the Nazis had just been defeated. And, women were code breakers and leading secret lives. And they were
You're talking right after World War II.
right after World War II. And, they were pauses and people had time to think. It wasn't this hamble-scramble world where every time someone says something, you have to say something back.
Like if someone says, Hamble Scramble.
Right. Then I should be able to take a long pause and then say, yes, it's all higgity-jiggity.
I think you're getting very caught up in that time period, Marge. I mean, you drove an Edsel to work today.
Jerry Seinfeld was selling his car.
You're wearing that tweed skirt suit.
Well, it hides a lot.
It's
you're
August.
It's August.
August.
Well, what do you want me to wear? Flip-flops and culottes?
Well, I just want you to stop talking about the polio scare. No one's gonna get polio.
Anti-vaxxers! Hello, paging!
Oh, she tied it all.
I
She tied it
Guys, it's me, Blanche.
Blanche, yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
There's only 5 of us in the office.
Listen, you're not going to believe what I found in the backroom bathroom.
The coffee?
No, worse. And just go back and get my coffee. I said shit twice just then. I bet they were impressed. Oh, come on, Blanche.
Hey,
You.
hey,
Ah!
hey,
Oh my God!
hey,
It's a snake!
hey!
What are you? Hey, get out of! You're not invited.
I'm a snake who can talk. I'm not going nowhere.
Yes, you are. You're going. Oh no! I need to get my friends. Shoot! No one's ever gonna believe that I just saw a talking snake. How did you even get in here? How do you talk?
There was a crack in the wall. I'm all stretched out now, so I can't do nothing. But by the time you get back, I'll be in a real curl.
That's what my husband says.
So Blanche,
Yeah, and I saw it. And I saw a snack.
wait, what's happening?
A snack.
No, not a snack. A snake.
What happened to your voice there? Have you been? You probably watched the Bletchley Circle last night instead of the Falconer special.
It's so good.
And if you found a snack back there, I don't know whose it is, okay?
It
I'm
wasn't a
not
snack.
hiding snacks there.
I'm not hiding snacks there either.
No,
I'm not a snack
Who would
hider.
hide
at all.
a delicious carton of room temp milk in the bathroom?
The gentleman doth protest too much.
Yeah. Maybe.
We didn't know what was back there.
Me neither. Someone else said it probably, right?
All three of you are hoarding perishable goods in the bathroom.
Oh boy, I better come clean.
Me too.
Me 3.
Well, this reeks of childhood trauma. I would like to get into what that's about, but we also have.
There's a snake!
Oh yeah, that's right. Talking
yeah.
snake.
Oh, right.
Now,
Yeah.
guys, there's 5 of us, so we have a tiebreaker. Who would like to examine and explore the reasons behind food hiding? Who would like to deal with a snake?
But point of order, Marge, is it going to be one or the other, or is it just one first and then the second?
One first and then the
Okay,
second.
all right, good. In that case, I say let's talk about this snake. I think that takes precedence
Everyone
over the food.
else?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Snake.
I want to go to the movies.
Well,
You brought up the other story, Blanche.
Oh, that's right.
I'm uncomfortable with democracy. I think Mr. Nelson should decide since he's basically our dictator.
Oh, boy. Well, I didn't watch the Belchy Files.
Belchy Files. Bletchley Circle.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Belchy Files.
The Belcher Files is another fantastic true crime show.
Welcome once again to the Belchy Files. We're going to get to the bottom of some of the most unsolved cases you've ever come across.
My husband went missing 10 years ago. We were never able to find him. He left without a trace. But he did leave an audio recording.
Hello? Oh, shit. Oh, I drank too much beer. Oh, boy. Oh, what is that light? What is that light? Oh, no.
What does it mean?
Was her husband abducted by aliens? Or did he just get drunk and drive his car into a ditch?
Oh, no.
More when the Belchy Files returns.
I'm a wheel watcher. I'm a wheel watcher.
That's not even on anymore, the Belchy Files.
Yeah, canceled during its pilot.
It was in the 80s.
Oh, those 80s was a good time. Remember, I was a falconer in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're watching Nelson Jr. in the Falconer special, do you sometimes feel like it's you playing because you have the same name?
We have the same name, Nelson, and Nelson Jr.
And do they say Nelson Jr. on the special? I can't remember. Or do they just say Nelson?
They said Nelson Jr. on his special.
On his special.
On my special,
Did they do a Falconer special in your day as well?
they did. Because we lost every game we played. The exact opposite of my son's team.
Wait a minute. You guys are all talking about falconers. You train falcons?
No, ma'am. That's the mascot of the local Franklin Delano.
Boy.
But I get what she's cooking.
I'm not.
Falcons are a natural enemy of the snake.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
true.
that's what I meant.
True.
What did you mean?
No, I meant that.
Okay, well, what if is the team mascot an actual falcon?
I believe a falconer is a guy who just catches falcons on his hand.
Yeah, you've never seen the Fighty Falconers?
So it's just a man who catches birds, but no actual falcons?
Yeah, the mascot doesn't even have a falcon. He is just a guy dressed like a falconer who's like, he's always looking up into the sky as if his falcon's
Oh,
going to
and he has
return.
one of those really thick gloves.
Yeah, he's got a thick glove.
Well, I'm gonna go call this falconer and see if maybe we can get a falcon.
You're going to call them the mascot?
Yellow.
Hi, I'm calling. I hear you're a falconer.
Yeah, I'm the mascot at high school.
Okay. No, I get it. Your thing is that you catch falcons. But do you have access to any falcons?
No.
Jimmy, get off the phone!
Hold on, Mom. It's a lady.
You're tying up the line!
Mom.
I'm waiting for the credit card company to call me.
Mom, no one understands me. It's a lady. I'm in love with her.
Oh, well, Mr. Falconer, you sound like a teen, and
I'll be 18 in like a year.
well, that's a fantasy for another day for this 40-year-old woman. Now, do you have any idea where you get your falconing supplies? Do they have falcons there?
It's just like this leather thing I put on my arm at football games.
Okay, but did you go? You know what? you take your leather thing and do what boys do.
You want to like grab a pizza or something?
Jimmy!
Mom, what?
I'm trying. I got it. They're gonna call.
Mom!
They're not gonna call back.
I keep getting a busy signal.
Did you call high school?
I called the high school. No, I didn't call the high school. High
didn't
schoolers
call
don't
high
have
school.
credit cards. I keep
Oh.
calling that woman.
I want that local high school to have a name one
Yeah.
of these days. I understand that was a big fallout amongst the town people.
I mean, it's only a problem when we play other teams, but usually because we're the only high school in town, it made sense that it's just called high school.
High school.
But when they do go out of the city,
Sure.
it's a problem. Yeah,
It's very confusing.
yeah.
Okay.
So no dice.
No dice.
Shoot. And you swear there's a snake back there?
I swear.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
don't tell them about me, okay?
Okay.
They shouldn't know that I'm a talking spider in here.
Hey, you paid me to that one leg, so now that's like a bond for life.
Hey, what are neighbors for, am I right?
Hey, I really like the curtains you put up. In your-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a little ratty in there, and I was like, oh, no pun intended. And I was like, hey, just because that rat who lived here,
Yeah, I
he
get
didn't
it.
like curtains. You understand.
I have a question, and I know this might be politically incorrect to ask.
No, but
I know
here
I
we
should
go.
do my research and not
Here we
ask
go.
you.
Okay.
Which eye do I look at?
You look at all of them.
Okay, okay.
They're my eyes.
I'm a snake. I have very small eyes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here's what I do when I'm
Yeah.
talking to you.
Yeah.
I look at the eye that's pointed at me,
okay.
and all my eyes are pointed at you. So just like, kind of swivel your head around.
It's kind of like a blackberry of eyes. It's hard to look at all of them. You know,
Well,
there's a lot.
I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't mean it one or the other. So,
Hey, is this string cheese for everybody? Do you think?
I mean, they clearly someone has a dairy locale children's snack fetish. So yeah, there's some almonds in here too.
Oh boy, time to take a load off into the bathroom, have a nice little doogie, and eat some string cheese. What? Wait a second. Where's my string cheese? Oh no, where's my string cheese? Ah! Oh no! Oh, it's a snake!
Mr. Nelson, we didn't eat your string cheese.
What? Line up. Everybody line up.
Wait, you said it was a snake.
There was a snake in there, but snakes ain't got no hands. You gotta pull the string cheese apart.
That's true.
That's really true.
Well, but yeah, couldn't he just swallow it whole? He's a snake.
Who does that? It's string
Mr.
cheese.
Nelson, we just want to focus on making clean buttons, banners, and posters.
Line up.
Okay.
Everybody
All
line
right,
up.
okay.
Okay.
Smallest to tallest, or
Yes,
how do you want
smallest
to
to tallest.
All right, okay.
This is
fire
my
those.
and rearrange
favorite
yourself.
part
Are
of
you
the
going to
day.
smell our mouths?
Nope. I'm gonna hold up this string cheese wrapper, and I'm gonna ask you, who ate it? Was it you, Frank? Why you
Why are you
giggling?
laughing?
I'll move on.
Like the idea is funny to me.
Was it you, Elizondo? What do you, Blanche? Was it you?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, mystery's
Hold
over?
on a second.
Wait a second.
Blanche-
Wait a second. Is this an attention-grabbing moment?
I don't know. Here's the thing. This feels like a setup because Blanche did say this is her favorite part of the day when Mr. Nelson lines us all up and makes an accusation. Blanche, did you eat the string cheese on purpose so this would happen?
No. I didn't eat it.
Blanche,
You're saying this while wearing a tutu, so I feel like you were preparing for this moment.
I just need some attention for once in my life.
Blanche, you've cycled through a lot of emotions and personalities. I'm gonna need you. I don't think any of us believe your snake story.
It's true. Wait, Mr. Nelson saw a snake.
Oh, I saw the snake.
Did it talk?
It did not. It just said S's.
Okay. Regardless.
Thank you.
We have a snake in the bathroom/back room.
And no falconer in sight.
No falconer in sight.
That's what I've been
And I
saying.
still don't know why you all hide food.
Marge, how would they deal with this on Buckley Bangles?
Buckley Bangles is a British roadshow where people bring in bangles and show them to a man named Buckley.
I was just wondering if this spangle is worth anything, it is.
Now, this bangle, it dates back to, I want to say, the 1st century. So, it's actually quite valuable. It's very old.
Oh, I like that.
I would say at auction, this would fetch 12 trillion pounds.
Oh, my family in Winchester's gonna love that.
Do you have family in Winchester?
Ah, yes, I got family all over.
Where did you go?
As I said, I got family all over. A little bit in Denmark, little bit in Winchester, and a little bit in Australia.
Okay, so they wouldn't help us with anything. All right. What would they do in Bletchley Circle?
Think.
They,
Your phone.
Your phone.
oh, hello?
Hey, it's Dylan Tristan.
Dylan Tristan.
Yeah,
Dylan Tristan from high school?
From high school.
I just read that the legal age of consent in this state is 17. I wanted to know if you'd like to hang out sometime.
Dylan? Tell you what. I will take your flower from you if you help me kill a snake.
Jimmy, are you calling yourself Dylan on the phone again?
Mom!
Jimmy!
Dylan is my cool name. Dylan Tristan.
I'm waiting for a cruise to call me. I'm waiting for a cruise
Ugh.
to call me.
Mom, she said she's gonna take my flower.
Oh, cool.
Hey, it's the Falconer from high school.
Hey,
Jimmy Dillon.
Dylan Tristan, but
Oh, sorry.
my mom calls me Jimmy
Oh, that's right.
because that's what she named me.
Wow.
Dylan Tristan is here to kill our snake, talking or not.
Great. Another Monday.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or genuine, especially because it's Thursday.
Blanche, I'm worried.
Yeah,
You're
Blanche.
having some kind of breakdown.
I'm sick.
Are you going through puberty? Is your brain going through
I
changes?
feel like I'm such a mess. I don't know. Look, we have a task at hand. We've got this fucking guy.
Well,
You don't have to cuss
soon,
anymore.
Soon he'll be fucking, but not yet.
You don't have to cuss, Blanche. That's not who you are. Okay. Are you just saying pussy while pointing to your vagina?
Let's.
Pussy. This is what it is. It's a pussy.
All right, let's all move into the back room bathroom.
Afraid Blanche
Let's
is
all go to the
regressing.
back room.
Let's all go to the back room bathroom as a team.
And you bring that thick glove.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
All right. Who wants to
Snake.
open the door?
Snake. Is it inside of this door?
It's inside there. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
My milk!
My
It's
screen
gone.
cheese.
My yogurt.
That's right. I didn't know.
That's a snake. Oh, dude, it's a snake. Hey, snake. Bite this glove.
Yeah, do it.
It's got string cheese and milk and yogurt on it.
Yeah, fucking do it. You.
I've been watching a lot of Buckley Bangles.
Here I go.
Holy shit!
He has a
Jesus
gun.
Christ! That child has a gun!
Oh my God!
Jimmy
Mr.
Dillon
Nelson,
Tristan.
Mr. Nelson, did you see that?
I did, and I admire the boy's moxie.
You'll never learn why I can talk.
Oh, wow. That is a good point.
Oh, damn
We
it.
should have waited a second, huh?
Yeah. Jimmy Dillon Tristan, what would your mother say?
Well,
She's out in the car. She's waiting to take me and Marge to the date.
Why is it only on commercials? I can't fit. Give me a station that plays music. What?
We have a winner for
Oh
that
my
cruise.
God.
It is.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
We're about to reveal the name.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's a local mother of high school student Nelson Jr.
Oh my!
Nelson
fucking-
Nelson Jr.'s
I'm gonna
family
fucking
has
die.
won the cruise.
Fucking damn.
Sorry, my phone's ringing. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Is this Nelson Jr.?
This is Nelson Sr. Yes, it is.
Please report really your family with a cruise.
Oh, would you look at that?
You're always best friend or
That's going to be great. My son's going to Clemson. This will be a perfect graduation present.
Congratulations. Great work on the special last night.
What'd you say?
I said, great work on the special last night.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you said is right. Go Clemson Tigers. Goodbye now.
Oh, my, Mr. Nelson, you have wonderful news.
I do. My family just won a cruise.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
Cruise.
What's your angle on cruises?
I don't know what my opinion is on things.
Well, actually, Blanche, I was going to invite you. You see, I just left my wife. And my son needs a mother before he goes to Clemson. You can't be at Clemson without a mother.
That's the truth.
That is true. Oh, did you just toot or poot?
Aren't they the same thing? I thought they were the same thing.
I think a
thought
toot
they
is
were the same
gas,
No,
a
toot
poot
is
is
gat, a
adult
poot is
poop.
dookies.
Oh, really?
And she just said
okay.
both.
Here's the thing, Mr. Nelson Sr. I've been unhappily married for a long time.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Your husband's a salmon. Yeah.
He's a cold fish. Dead fish.
Dead
Yes.
fish.
Dead fish.
I would be honored to go on a cruise with you. And here's the other thing. I'll show you mine.
That's what I was hoping for.
Just wash it because she sharted.
And then, aren't you getting together with Jimmy Dillon Tristan?
Yes, it turns out he's also a fan of the circle that is Bletchley.
Yes, I love Bletchley Circle. Did you see episode 6?
No,
It's
I'm
the second to
sorry.
the last episode. There's only 7 episodes.
I just
British.
can't get through it. It's so
We
British.
got it.
Sorry.
Well, now we're the only ones left.
Do you want to kiss?
Yeah.
Me too.
Let's not tell our wives.
Okay. Furry.
Oh, I'm getting out of here.
What?
And it all happened in a place called Spontaneanation. Mary Holland, where can people find you? What do you want to tell people about? It is now October 9th as people are hearing this.
Wow. My name's Mary. You can find me on Twitter at mholland85 and on Instagram at maryhollandaise, like the sauce.
Get it?
And that's what my truth is.
You have live shows that you do
Oh, that's
regularly?
true. Yes, I perform at
You also have a
UCB.
podcast?
Right, that's right. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. Yes, I perform regularly at UCB here in LA with Wild Horses, This Show Is Not Funny, JV, ASCAT, you name it. And then I host a podcast with Casey Faye and Luca Jones called Tapped on Feral Audio, and you can find that wherever podcasts are found.
There you go. Mono, same thing.
Hi, yeah. Find me on social media at Mano Agapion. I have a podcast called Horny for Horror with Betsy Sidaro and Adam McCabe. And you can see me on season 4 of Bajillion,
There
baby.
you go. We'll get it to you somehow. Hopefully, it's all been settled by
We
now.
promise.
And you can catch up. Seasons 1 to 3 are on iTunes right now.
Oh.
So you can watch it there. If you've been, let's say you're a Canadian person who was always giving us a hard time for promoting a show that no one knew about. Well, now you can watch it and stop being such a goddamn baby. Colleen Smith, tell people about your things.
You can find me on Twitter at Colleen Smee, COLLENSMI. Same thing with Instagram. Or no, am I Colleen Marie Smee on Instagram? I think I
Yes, you are.
I have a podcast called My First Time. We're on SoundCloud and iTunes, and we
terrific.
tell stories of first times. And then no, it won't be out yet, so I won't say it.
There we, there we are. Very prudent. Very prudent.
cliffhanger.
Carl Tart.
If you're watching this on Monday, October 9th, you're listening to this, catch Ghosted Sunday nights between Simpsons and Family Guy on Fox.
There you go.
And also, I'm at the UCB Theater. I perform on Herald Night, Queen George, and Your Token Friend with White Women on every second Friday night of the month. Every second Friday night of the month at 10:30 p.m. UCB Sunset. I have a podcast called Against the Grain, which is just 3 dudes talking. And you might like it. Listen to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eban Schletter. He is Eban Schletter on all the things. You can find him at ebanschletter.com to see all his various projects and shows and things like that. How do you spell Eban Schletter? It's quite simple. EBANSCHLETTER. As for me, Spontaneanation Live returns to the Bell House in Brooklyn Sunday, November 12th. Tickets are sold out for both shows, but people are bad at managing their lives. So be on the lookout for people trying to sell tickets and learning the hard way. Thank you to Earwolf for hosting the show. Thank you to engineer Cody for engineering us all the way to the weekend end, which this is. Goodbye forever. Until next week, this is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Presenti.
Earwolf? More like Fearwolf. Get ready to quake in your headphones because Earwolf's movie podcasts are talking about horror movies the entire month of October. Listen to How Did This Get Made? The Canon and Cracked Movie Club dissect spine-tingling horror classics all month long. And watch out for special spooktacular episodes of Gilbert Gottfried's amazing colossal podcast, The Correct Podcast, and Who Charted? Or should I say, Boo Charted? Subscribe to all these shows and follow along on social media with the hashtag FearWolf. And beware of podcasts that go bump in the night.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Chris Bannon, Colin Anderson, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.